why would God tell us not to make images, not carve anything, and then we're doing it right after? It doesn't make any sense, Dan. It's not to pick on people. Remember, there's sects of every religion that have deviated. The question is, why are you doing what you're doing? Have you even studied? Have you researched? We're going back to what I said in the beginning of this conversation. How much do you know about your faith? Every religion believes in the 10 Commandments. How many of us are really following the 10 Commandments? If we're praying to images and statues, then I guess the 10 Commandments were wrong. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm asking you now. What do you think, Danny?
I just think people are trying to go about their daily lives and trying to survive. People are they're going to work and trying to put dinner on the table and raise their kids.
About what comes next, Danny.
Right.
It's what we started this whole.
Well, they don't have the means to really think about that. I mean,
Danny, all day we're on fucking, not me and you, but let's be real. I know the score of the Jets game. Rodgers broke his knee. You put all your energy into all this shit that really doesn't matter in the scheme of life for most of us, okay? And you're going to sit there. I don't think when you face God that day, if you believe that you're going to face him, you're going to have an excuse to say, well, I didn't know, God. You knew how to use Google to pull up, you know what, and beat your meat. You had all this time, but you couldn't use this because everything has duality, right? I can use this for good or for bad. I can use this to enlighten my mind. I read about all kinds of interesting things, man.
But you, like me and you, have the ability and the time to do that because we spend our days talking to people like this. So we are fortunate enough to be able to spend time studying this stuff and spending a lot of time looking into it because we get to come on here and we talk about it and get paid doing it. Most people don't do that. They don't have that ability.
For the record, I have not been paid yet, Danny. I just want to say for the record, I have done everything out of passion. I wouldn't mind getting some money from this.
That's very noble of you.
Not from this, but like to make a living in that aspect. I don't make a living from podcasting yet. But
your podcast.
When I went towards studying spirituality, okay, my own family was against me. My own family was like, "What are you doing? Why are you studying this?" They were like literally against me. My own parents, at a very young age, I started studying religion on my own. Like I said, I came from a secular family. They didn't really have much structure. Never went to a mosque. Didn't know how to pray. I knew nothing about religion. And when I started studying, I really started studying in 7th grade, is when I went deep into it. And I had changed so much at that point that my family, I guess, erased some flags. And like I had become like really serious, very like dedicated. I was praying, I was fasting. They didn't want to see me staying hungry as a kid in school. Doing Ramadan is not easy, bro, especially in the summer months. So they see me like I'm about to go play basketball, varsity basketball, I haven't eaten or drank. Hakeem Olajuwon was famous for that in the NBA. Now they're telling everyone you should fast. It's so good for you. It kills cancer. So like I feel like all this knowledge is there, man. Human beings made it. There would only be one religion if we just listened. We kept changing the books, and I don't like this rule and that rule, and interjecting all this stuff is why we have all these different religions. We went astray is what happened. We went astray. There is a phenomenon that people need to know about. I believe in this thing because I've experienced it myself, and I'm going to tell 2 stories really quickly because I hope it saves a life. I lost a family member of mine, was very close to me. I went through 2-3 years of real sadness, and I did draw on spirituality to get out of it. I didn't get a therapist, and people would make jokes like maybe you should have got a therapist, but I really just prayed a lot. God helped me. I know that God designed us to get through anything. Once we understand that power and that life is a trial and a tribulation and that all of us will be tested, whether it's a loss of life, all of us are going to lose somebody we love. Or maybe the people we love are going to destroy us. There's kids that have like the most evil parents. Like this whole tribulation, people go, well, if there's a God, then why is there wars and all this? Because he gave us a gift, man. Look, it's free will, brother. For him to interject, and if we all saw God, right? Like for those that don't believe, if we saw God, the rest of us would stay the rest of our lives praying because if we saw him, and it's not because he's a man and I say he's, there's no word to even describe God, the concept of this creator, that we would try to be as perfect as we could because if we could see God, then we would know then there's definitely a hell, there's definitely a heaven, so I need to be, you wouldn't act to your true desire, your true nature. The whole key of this life is to get the knowledge and to suppress those desires to elevate, or as the Buddhists would say, to reach nirvana, to elevate as a human being, to elevate your soul, to be in a state of submission to the creator, which basically these books are like when a car manufacturer makes a book, all of the books will make you a better human being. That's a fact. And I believe every single religion had divine influence, but people went astray or added to the story or changed the concept of what the God was and made it into multiple.